Hey there, Michael. Hey there, Joanne. Thank you guys for joining us tonight on another exciting Tech Thursday. This week we have a very good and exciting one for you guys. Tonight we're discussing saving electricity bill so we could beat that 12%. Yeah, Lord, that 12% is coming into effect July 1st, 2018. Thank you guys once again for joining us tonight. If you have any questions, feel free to put it in the comment section. Please be sure to go ahead and share this video with your friends, on your friends and your families, so they can get the tips that we are about to give you guys tonight. Just a little bit of housekeeping. You know, last week we discussed hurricane tips. We had some good tips that we gave out, and I think we gave away a lot of Michael. That's cool. I guess we'll do the video sometime next week. Michael was one of our winners of last week to discuss who won solar light bulbs, and he's supposed to do a review for us. So Michael, we look forward to doing that next week. But if you missed our show last week, I would encourage you guys to go ahead and do that, as we gave those some good tips. But how you guys been this week? Everybody good? We just want to wait on a few more persons, because we discovered while we was putting our presentation together that we have a lot of scams going out there on how to save energy, believe it or not. Yeah, so we uncovered the truth, and we hope that you guys will understand what's out there, what is good and what is not good for you. And so anybody have any questions? Great, Michael. All right, once again, I'm your host, Akeem Sanders, and let's get the tips started. Feel free at any time to go ahead and ask questions in the comment section, so we'll be sure to get to you. And I was supposed to do like a clap just now, so, or snap my fingers, so we could just do a morph. But man, next week I'll try that. All right. So yeah, what should I do? VAT is going up to 12% in the next few days. How could we save energy and save money at the exact same time? That's what we're discussing tonight. And our first tip for tonight is, all right, unplug, I mean. Oh, Michael giving us some tips. Turn off cable box when you're not using them. Tip number 1. No, that's actually our tip number 3 or 4, I think. Michael, I'm trying to figure why you went ahead and you did our presentation. But yeah, turn off your cable box when you're not using that. Tip number 1. No, it is one of our tips, but it's not tonight's tip. I mean, it's not tip number 1. Tip number 1 is install LED bulbs. Yeah, all that CFL bulbs and all of those LED bulbs, and all of the video, sorry, all of the indecent. All right, so that's your number 1. Yeah, so we want to get rid of all of the CFL bulbs, and we want to get rid of all the indecent bulbs, I think they call them. That's them old bulbs that turn dead hot every time you tell you till you do it. Boy, we got a lot of comments in the comment section. Caleb say, put your heater on a timer or switch and then turn it off when needed. That is one of our tips, but let's get to the video and show you guys what we're talking about in regards to our LED bulbs.
What, how much energy is pulling from the system. Okay.
So here we're demonstrating the LED bulb, and there's a digital meter that's going up,
so we recommend
and it's reading 50.69, and that's the amount of that's the amount of current that is using on that one old bulb. And so we're doing a demonstration right there showing how much current that is actually using. And yeah, LED does help. And we're now going ahead now to show you guys exactly now what else or how the LED bulb now affects.
Multiple of those lights on, then that means they're going up. Okay.
So we're now switching. So we're now switching off to the LED. We start back at 0.
All right, go ahead.
And look at that, 8.7 something, 8.
So that's the same wattage as the
7 something. The first bulb is just 50 dot something. LED is burning at 8 point something. So that's about 41, a difference of 41-ish, somewhere there about in savings. Hey Emily, very good. LED is the way to go. But we have another video, believe it or not. If you guys don't think that is for real, you can imagine now that one. Yeah, Bernie. Yeah, yeah.
Got this meter.
But let's take a close look at this. And what we can do, we can zoom straight into this.
I'm gonna show you the difference. I'm gonna turn it on, and as soon as I turn it on, you can see the meter spinning.
Look how fast our meter is running on that one old bulb. That's just one bulb.
Okay, so turn it off. I'm gonna take that ball. Oops, there's one. Take it out.
All right, so we had the comments in the way, but I want to show you guys. I want to show you guys how quickly that meter was running on that one bulb. See, nothing is happening. Now watch when you turn it on.
And as soon as I turn it on,
look at that. Do you see how quickly that's running? That one bulb.
60-watt bulb running its thing.
That one bulb.
Okay, so turn it off. I'm gonna take that bulb. Oops, there's one. Take it out. Alright, I'm gonna put the LED.
Now let's watch the LED. Let's watch the big difference.
This is an LED bulb. Now, watch this. Alright. Just as bright.
Look at that. Barely moving.
Do you see
barely
that
moving. Look at that. Look at that. LED barely moving.
Because you can't even tell it's
barely moving. Barely moving.
That's how good that is.
Barely moving.
So
LED. So if y'all didn't believe me now with the first video, we now see exactly now what the result is on our meter on just one light bulb and the effect on that. So everybody have a bulb in their kitchen, outside, your front room, your dining room, your bedroom, your bathroom, your hallway. You have bulbs all over the place. So imagine all of them now turn on at the same time, and how quickly now your meter will run. But when you switch over to LED now, I mean, it's just amazing. Yep. Get rid of it, and you save 25% on your bill easily. Caleb says, shoots, my bill should be under $100. All LED bulbs in my house. Well, that's just one tip. Switching the LEDs is just one tip. And we're going ahead now to go back and give you guys some more tips as to what else could be happening with how else we can now save our electricity or get our electricity bill under $200 to not get that VAT increase on that. And so again, as all of you guys have said, that first bulb, right? No compact fluorescent bulbs, no LED bulb. Yes, 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 yes. Because we're seeing in living proof the concepts of that. Second tip: turn off the lights when you're not. Turn off the light switch when it's not in use. We know that we have some lights at our front. Matter of fact, who all turn on their outside lights when it gets dark, and then keep it on until the sun comes up in the morning. Who all does that? I know I sure do. So my front light stays on all night, in the night. But that's about to change, and I can tell you all why that's about to change. Even though I have the LED bulbs, that's about to change. Anybody else keep your front light on all night? Nope. Once everybody home, lights off. Wow. I mean, you only even care but the neighbors them. How you know the neighbors? I mean, you know them yet. All right, Catherine, say how you do. All right, good. So yeah, Bernie say me. Yeah, I do as well. But that's about to change, and the change is going to come where I'm going to install a solar light to my front door. And that now would eliminate now my light being on all night, and now the sun will now power that up for me. Michael says they better have a way. They better have their own light. What kind of neighbor you is, man? Oh man. So yeah. We can show you guys exactly the lights that we are about to install at our front door and even at all our entrances later on in our presentation. But we're moving on. We just want to show you guys exactly the kind of light LED there is. You have warm light, and then you have white light. White light is considered like daylight, and warm light gives you like a yellowish type color. So it could be ranged between 2,800 to 32 clients, or 6,000 to 6,500 clients. So that will be able now to show you guys what type of mode you want to set out for, or set out inside the room or wherever you have the lights installed. So just be mindful of that. It isn't an energy saving tip, but it's just to let you guys know that not all LED bulbs made equal. Like you have some variations, warm or white. Tip number 2. The killer. Your AC unit. It is the summer. It is hot. And we will be burning AC. Yes, indeed. So, how many persons have the AC on right now? I want to know how much persons have the AC on right now. I know I sure do. I can wait till y'all comment in the comment section. While y'all commented, let me explain the difference. Because a lot of persons have AC units on sale for about $300-400 now, and yeah, it's hot, but not all AC units are made the same. Here at Silence Consultants, we recommend a minimum. If you're purchasing a AC or ductless unit, we recommend a minimum of a 23 SARE unit. The SARE unit is different from the BTU unit. The BTU unit indicates the size of the room that it will cool off. The SARE rating indicates how much energy efficient the AC unit is. Joanne Gibson, not me. All right. So if you're looking to get a new unit, or if you're looking to replace a unit, we will recommend getting a 23 SARE unit system at minimum. And here's our SARE ratings. So so we can get a better appreciation of our SARE ratings. So a typical AC unit is that you buy off the street is about a 10 SARE rating. All right, Joanne, that's my next host. All right, so a 10 SARE rating is a typical AC unit that's being sold for about $300-400. But if you look at this chart, you're spending about $80 a month added on to the normal usage that you're running. So if you look at the scale, you have 10 SARE units goes at $80 per month. If you look at the 23 SARE that we recommend, you're spending $35 a month for the AC unit being on for the entire month. And the higher you go, the less now you would actually pay. So make sure the AC unit that you're buying have the stick on it they call Energy Star. If you don't see that, I won't recommend buying it. A next tip, we recommend if you have an AC unit, control it by your smartphone. So what we'll do is we'll convert your ductless unit to a smart unit, and you'll be able now to control your temperature and everything from your cell phone. You turn on, control your temperature, and this, that, and the next thing. What you normally will do is, or what we normally recommend persons is keeping your AC unit on about 71 degrees, 72, somewhere there both, and that should be a very modest temperature for you to stay cool with while it's on. So if you're not home but you want the room cool, this good app is now able to go ahead and aid you with turn on your system and having room cool off by the time you get there, and then now you're monitoring your temperature and this next thing. So any questions? Where's my next host? All right, so I think that's a question, what is the cost? So to be honest, I think a average 23 SARE unit costs about $1,200 up front, but it pays off in the long haul. Along with the LED bulbs. The LED bulbs sort of expensive up front, but it pays off in the long run. I'm trying to see where the comments are. Sorry you can't afford one, Joanne. I really sad to hear that. Moving on to our second tip. Solar. Yeah, indeed. You know, we had a lot of talks talking about solar. Solar can be done two ways here in the Bahamas, using batteries to store energy during the nighttime, or tying to the grid, which is connecting the solar system to BPL. There's upside and downside to both. Say you're listening, no comments here. Yeah, there's upside and a downside to both. With the batteries, you have to spend a little extra to purchase the batteries, and then during the night, then you'll be fully on solar. Hey, Angelo, thanks for joining us. I mean, Angelo even give me a new name, Kareem. Oh man. All right, so Angelo, be sure to go ahead and share this video with your friends. Yeah, no worries, Angelo. No worries. So back to solar. You know, we even introduced last week the solar light bulbs. So in the event that current goes off, you still have light, but these will also now be powered by the sun. So these are another. No worries. These are another option that you can use. And this particular light bulb is also a waterproof light bulb that you can also use as a flashlight, and that's how come there's a hook. And we have these on sale for $19.99. By the way, if you guys are interested, just saying. So moving on, you even have some solar street lights for entrepreneurs or businesses. You know, even though you might have switched out your LED bulbs in your existing fixtures, now to reduce more electricity, you can now install industrial solar lights in your parking lots and this, that, next thing, and that way you know you don't have to incur that extra bill. But even if you have a big yard and this, that, next thing, you can install these in the back of the light, in the back of your yard as well. And this particular picture coming up is the ones that we sell and we recommend putting at your front door, and we'll be installing this at all of our entrances here at the office, and this will enable us now to turn off the LED bulb and give our neighbors light throughout the night, and I don't really have to worry about that. And this runs for about $100. So if you guys are interested, just give us a call as well. Moving on, tip number 4, and you guys, I know we start off this conversation as tip number 1, disconnecting all the equipment. So if you have any devices that's not in use or that's not need to be on or plugged in, we recommend disconnecting. We recommend disconnecting all of our devices during when they're not in use. For you guys who are just joining us, we're discussing tips on how to bring your electricity bill under $200 and to avoid that 12% VAT. Yes, so if you have any questions, any comments, be sure to let us know in the comment section so we can answer them live on direct right here on Tech Thursday. So yeah, so disconnect all of your equipment. As Michael would have mentioned earlier, and Caleb, unplug them when you're not in use. So that means that your microwave, your toaster, your coffee maker, any of those, your curlers, all of those devices that's don't really need to be plugged in, unplug them. We know that at times, you have multiple devices connected, and what we recommend now is turn off the power. Oh, Joanne is telling everybody a blessed and happy Father's Day to all. Joanne, let me send this on the screen. Joanne, you guys just beat me to the D. you guys ain't even allowing me to say Happy Father's Day, but nonetheless, I like trendsetters. Joanne sends out have a safe and blessed Father's Day to all listening, and we share that same sentiments here at Sanders Consultants. Oh man, we just have some awesome viewers and participators here. So yeah, Michael is stressing, don't forget to turn off your cable boxes. But if you have your cable boxes in a surge protector, then we recommend just flipping off the surge protector one time instead of pulling out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 5 of those plugs. Just flip it off and you'll be good. So yeah, so unplug all of your devices that is not in use. It's going to take some time to curve, to put this practice into being, but we do recommend this. It will save. Tip number 5, a hot water heater. Like the other devices that we just mentioned, will turn off when you finish taking a shower, and everybody's finished taking a shower. We recommend turning off the hot water heater. That could be done either from a switch or your breaker or what have you. Your hot water heater don't need to be run during the day. But what we discovered was there's a tankless water heater, and yep. And what it does is this heats up whenever whenever the hot water is turned on. So we have a better demonstration of how it operates. The process goes like this. A hot water tap is turned on. Water enters the heater. The water flow sensor detects the water flow. The computer automatically ignites the burner. Water circulates to the heat exchange. The heat exchange heats the water of the designated temperature. When the tap is turned off, the unit shuts down. And so this is not on 24/7. It seems like it's only on when you turn on the hot water. So that's another tip. If you guys can't afford changing your regular heater out to a tankless water heater, we recommend getting this. Tip number 6, appliances that draw heat. As we mentioned earlier, when you're not using appliances, so forth. Hold on. Michael have a comment. Yes, heaters, turn them off. It's summer, cold bath now. Boy, Michael, I know, but that. I can turn my hot water on when I need it, like first thing in the morning, and then when I finish, I can turn it off. I can't do no cold water first thing in the morning. Boy, they're rough, Michael, they're rough. Anybody else shares, Michael, there we go, Angelo. Angelo say consideration should also be given to dryers. And he further explains propane. I agree, Angelo. I agree 100%. Because with the dryers, with the propane dryers, you just need that first ignition light just to get it started. Then after it starts, then everything else works off of propane. So you are quite correct there, Angelo. So with these tips, we just want to Michael says any appliance that converts electricity to heats are major plus. Correct. So your microwave, your iron, your blow dryer for the females, or even some males who are fancier and all that. All those are heaters. Your kettles, even your water dispensers that have the cold water and hot water nozzle attached to it as well. Are also drawers of heat. I mean, next slide. Let's get a better picture of this. So typical electrical usage, great tip, Emily. Emily says, install a timer on your hot water heater. Right, you can even install a timer also on your AC unit as well. You know you will be having a lot of electricity because they are always typically hot, correct. Michael said he doesn't unplug his. Yeah. All right. So typical usage per appliance. We have in the first instance a computer, laptop, CFL bulb, a fan, and that burns between 0 to 0.5 kilowatts. We have a microwave, we have a vacuum, we have a washer, we have a toaster, and that burns between 0.5 kilowatts to 1.0. Then we move on to the kettle, PlayStation, also could be considered the cable box. Iron, they burn between 1.0 kilowatts to 1.5 kilowatts. You have AC units, blow dryers, the hot stove. You have 1.5 kilowatts to 2.0. And you guys see the larger the appliance, then the more kilowatts you're using. Joanne, yes, we recommend pulling out your microwave. You know, that has a clock on it during the day. Even though it's a good indicator that you know if BPL is off or turn off your current during the day, that you'll see the microwave blinking. But we recommend unplugging everything that you don't need at that time, to just unplug everything. I mainly focus on cable box and water heater. Okay. And so we also discovered, so these are some of the tips that we discovered during our journey on how to bring your bill under $200. We discovered a very interesting video that there's a product out there that says that it's supposed to be able now to reduce your energy efficient, and we have a short clip of the video, but we don't want to, it's a 7-minute video, but we want to just give you guys a little snippet, and what we'll do is we'll put the link in the comment section once Tech Thursday is finished, so you guys can see the full video and let us know what your thoughts are. And so let's listen in. We found this video on YouTube, so these are some guys here to let us know what is out there and what we have to look out for.
People think they do.
Now, Dan, just to be clear, all we have here, right here, actually, is two capacitors that are wired across the two lines going into a motor, correct?
Correct.
And how is that supposed to save you any energy? Well, it doesn't, but the way that it's promoted is like this. Let me show you a quick example. We turn on this motor, and this motor, of course, is a typical half-horsepower motor that would be, you know, in maybe an appliance in your home or something like that. And if you notice, it's not loaded right now. Now, what a motor needs to run is it needs reactive power to make the motor spin. Basically, it gives it the magnetic field, and it needs real kilowatts. But the only real kilowatts for a motor like this that's unloaded is basically the amount of energy that it takes to get that motor overcoming friction, which really isn't a whole lot. Now, the way that this works is when I turn on this capacitor, it also draws reactive power, a lot like the motor does, except it's equal and opposite of the motor. We call that power factor correction. So when I turn on this capacitor, it counteracts the magnetic field power that's required for this.
All right, so we just want to give you guys a idea as what's out there. This is a demonstration that we found. We'll put the links to a full video, like I say, in the comment section for you guys to go ahead and peruse and give us your thoughts on it. You know, that is the tips that we've discovered that will help us get our electricity bill under $200. Make sure if your AC unit is on, make sure you want to keep your doors closed. Make sure if you're not in a room and the light is on, make sure to turn it off. If you have to keep your light on during the night outside, we recommend replacing that with a solar system, solar light. And that way, using the sun to really pay for that bill. Make sure unplug all devices again that's not in use. For your hot water heater, turn it off when you don't need it. When you're about to go take a shower, flip it on. But Michael suggests that we go ahead and do a cold shower during the hot summer months. I can let you know how that go, whether or not I would indulge inside that. But as it stands right now, I think I'm comfortable with flipping on and off the switch. If you're looking to replace a AC unit, you want to make sure that you get a high SAIR rating. You're going to pay up front for it, but it will pay off in the long run. So be sure to join us next week as we discuss hurricane preparedness, mainly focused on businesses, but even if, but it could be applied to a household as well. We're going just a little further in depth as to what we discussed last week. Don't forget, if you haven't already, start to watch, oh yes, most definitely, Andrew, and don't forget the main